Hello, my name is Joshua Bynum, and I'm here to tell you about the need to support our returning veterans and what you can do to either volunteer your time or donate to a charity that provides programs for disabled veterans. A recent study conducted by the DVA, or Department of Veteran Affairs, concluded that roughly every 65 minutes a soldier takes their own life. Veterans are in your life, whether it be your family, friend, or acquaintance, and it's our duty to ensure we take care of them as they have for us. I want to tell you a story about a young Private First Class Walton Ball, or from now on I'll refer to him as a PFC Walton Ball. I met PFC Walton Ball in 2007 and was his mentor and just all-around friend. I had recently been transferred from my duty station in Germany to Fort Hood and joined my new unit of 43 ACR. With returning from a deployment only 7 months earlier, I had experiences that made me valuable, and I was able to meet all new incoming soldiers to our unit. PFC Walton Ball showed up still with the shock of basic training on his face. He did really well integrating into our unit, and a few short months in, he took leave to marry his high school sweetheart before deployment. Everything went well, and as a non-commissioned officer, I had completed my job, and all new soldiers were ready to deploy. A few months into the deployment in Camp Taji, he seemed to be acting funny. I got to talking to him, and after a regular short time, he admitted that his new wife was now cheating on him, and she was having the man stay at their house back home in Fort Hood. Now, we'll come back to PFC Walton Ball in just a minute. Most people that do not join the service think that all soldiers are somewhat bulletproof, but this is not the case. All soldiers are human beings also. Forbes published an article on November 4th, 2013 called "A Million Veterans Injured in Iraq and Afghanistan Wars." While this shows the number of hurt vets and that injuries range from critical wounds to the most commonly missed wound, one's mind. In the article it said, all that can be said with any certainty is that as of last December, more than 900,000 service men and women had been treated at the Department of Veteran Affairs hospitals and clinics since returning to these facilities. As of the end of 2012, there was around 10,000. This is an alarming number given that these men and women went to give all and now are returning home and they can get nothing. Now back to PFC Walton Ball. He became very down and could not focus on his day-to-day task, and not only does this affect his morale, but the morale of others. His buddies to the left and right were picking up his workload, and we couldn't have the breakdown in teamwork. As an NCO, I had a mission to ensure his safety and the safety of his peers, and we looked into getting him counseling to help with the depression. A few short days later, after morning physical training, or PT, he went to his room and decided to call his wife before he come to work. Well, while on the call, PFC Walton Ball decided to take his own life. On his remembrance page, his family is quoted saying, "Joshua was excited to serve his country, as most do, and I can vouch for that. We all are excited in serving our country, and this combating of depression is a very, very tough one." Although PFC Walton Ball took his life while deployed to Iraq, many soldiers do this while transitioning back into home life after deployment. The Disabled American Veterans, or DAV for short, takes this transition serious and have programs that help to combat the transition to a much easier one. DAV has helped more than 340,000 soldiers and families of soldiers. They have a website at dav.org, or you can find a local DAV office and can volunteer your services if you find you do not want to donate money. Sometimes just talking to a soldier really helps out a lot more than money can do. Also, there are local veteran hospitals in which some veterans no longer have family and only want a friend to be there on the days that are lonely. So you can find your local VA office, and you can donate your time just going and visiting different soldiers. I thank you for your time and hope you have found this information useful.